Baker Mayfield, and even in hour number one, I mentioned how, hey, just don't talk about other teams' players. It's,
right.
Just if you want to criticize people in your own house, because he told Gentleman's Quarterly, GQ, the official interviewer of the Cleveland Browns. Who knew? He told them, and this is the quote that's going viral everywhere. People are just going crazy over it. Quote, I cannot believe the Giants took Daniel Jones. Blows my mind. Some people overthink it, meaning evaluating quarterbacks. That's where people go wrong. They forget you've got to win. And even I hear this, and I'm like, you know what, Baker, just, you got to be you, but just don't talk about other people's players, right? Especially rookies who are just trying to have as great a season this year in their rookie season as Baker had last year, when finally his crazy-ass coach allowed him the opportunity after injuries to finally get off the bench against the Jets. Okay, but anyway.
That, yeah.
So I decided, you know what? In what context did he say this?
Right.
Right?
What was the question?
Right.
Was it part of a more elaborate answer?
Exactly. Did he come to the conversation with an agenda? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I've decided to actually read the article.
Okay.
To try and provide context. The article written by Clay Skipper.
All right.
Okay, Clay Skipper wrote the article. Apparently, Clay got to follow Baker Mayfield all over the place. And I guess everything's on the record because I read you near our booth, a Sports Center segment about the New York Giants catches Mayfield's eye.
Okay.
Quote, I cannot believe the Giants took Daniel Jones, Mayfield says about New York's much maligned draft day decision to spend the 6th pick on the quarterback from Duke, whose college record was a measly, great use of the word, 17-19. That last part was parenthetical. Quote, blows my mind. That's the situation. He's watching SportsCenter, which, by the way, between 96 and 2003, great idea. After that, I'm not so much into it.
Nice.
That's it. He was commenting about Daniel Jones just like every pretty much man, woman, and breathing child on the planet have been commenting about Daniel Jones.
That sounds like what we all felt.
And he is entirely entitled to his opinion. And it comes out thinking that he's blasting Daniel Jones. Or that's the point of him talking to Gentleman's Quarterly. I continue. I tell Mayfield, so Clay Skipper's writing in the first person this piece. I tell Mayfield that I'm mystified that so many supposedly expert quarterback scouts seem unable to predict what makes a good NFL quarterback. Quote, some people overthink it, Mayfield says. That's where people go wrong. They forget you've got to win. So he's not even saying that about Daniel Jones.
Right.
He's saying that in a response from the author talking generally about evaluating quarterbacks.
A level-headed,
context.
Straight answer.
Context. Now then, what do I take out of this? In the same way that Tom Brady has been using his 199th overall pick status as fuel for his fire for now 2 decades. And at some point, we assume he will use it into a 3rd decade of his professional playing career. Baker Mayfield is using his 1st overall pick status in the same way. That he was named as such, it was criticized by many. Nobody thought he could do it. Nobody thought that he was going to do it. Few people thought he should have gotten to do it. The team that was picking right behind him was the Giants. That team didn't come up to go get him like so many quarterback-needy teams would think of doing for a 1st overall pick of his winning ability. Didn't do it. Here comes Daniel Jones with his, let me get this quote from Clay Skipper, measly 17-19 record. no Heisman Trophy, and that team that was right behind at number 2 that didn't come up to go get him at number 1, that team falls in love with that quarterback with that, let me get it, measly record
Measly, yeah.
after 3 Senior Bowl snaps. I could kind of see what Baker Mayfield's saying now in context. But when you just go online and you read
Hey, just
that
reading
quote
a couple
about Daniel
quotes.
Jones, you think he's just firing away at Daniel Jones
Right.
because he's got an agenda. Hey, you just saw him on TV. He commented, Baker, my 2 cents to you, in the same way that this microphone that's in front of me, it's any lav mic, okay? For those out there who are not in the TV business, anybody that wears a microphone pinned to a lapel, pinned to a tie, you're walking around the studio, exploring the studio space, the phrase that we were taught at the Northwestern Medill School of Journalism, and then everybody will tell you on a set, you're always live. Never know when that microphone you're wearing, people
Always
are
hot.
listening. When you've got a reporter following you around, Baker, you're always live.
Always on the record.
So now everybody thinks, well, he's bashing the Giants.
Right.
He's got an agenda against Daniel Jones. And Baker's just being brash about other people's players in the same way Jalen Ramsey was last year. And, man, this Baker Mayfield is a total a-hole. And I say that, please, in context. Don't take that out of context. Very important. I'm allergic, like you, to things being taken out of context. Yes. Because I assume your sneeze was in context.
It was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very important. Read the article. Okay.
Can't we just enjoy Baker Mayfield?
I plan on it. And I know Browns fans will. Let me tell you something about Baker Mayfield, man.
Dude, did you just go Gruden right there?
Let me tell you, hey, man, let me tell you about Baker Mayfield, okay? Cleveland opened at home against Tennessee. Last year. Last year. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You watching that?
No, no.
You want to see how Deshaun Kaiser's going to handle that Hugh Jackson offense against Tennessee and Mike Mularkey's team?
No chance.
Now, Baker's going to be taking on fellow Heisman winner Marcus Mariota, who, if I'm Baker, I'm finding out, did he vote for me?
Or Ryan Tannehill.
No. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. In the same way Daniel Jones didn't start week 1. Monday Night Football, week 2 on ESPN. Boog, Tess, Baker, Sam. Here we go. Against that team that he got his first, well, he got the win for Tyrod Taylor technically that night, but his coming out party. Even though Hugh Jackson was like, do I really? Can we just play Tyrod? Can we really play him? I mean, do I really have to play him?
He was third on the depth chart.
Please. It's so absurd. Next week, Sunday Night Football, Al Michaels comes to Cleveland, which, by the way, look in that book of his memoir that's in front of you, Del Tufo. I don't think Al Michaels went to Cleveland in that memoir once. No. He's been there, but it's been a long time. Been a long time. Do you believe in miracles? Al Michaels is going to do a Browns game in Cleveland. Yes. Then at the Ravens. Those are 4 must-see television games. Yeah, you throw Odell in the mix too. Baker Mayfield, all right?
By the way, then Jimmy G, then Russell Wilson.
Oh, baby.
Then Tom Brady.
So, yeah, I will enjoy watching this whole thing play out. Because checks are being written. I love it.
Oh, they
I
are.
love it. I love it. In context.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.